This is for the Women's Championship. Sold out here. Everyone's standing in anticipation to see who truly is the best superstar in the women's division. The women's champion posted on social media today, "Nothing makes me happier than decimating whoever dares approach the peak of my mountain." Strong foreshadowing words for her opponent.
Well, it might be unfortunate then that her challenger possesses the ability to move mountains and might shove the champ clean off the top.
Unbelievable. Textbook vertical suplex. Bam. On the back of the neck, what's coming here? Oh, and a scoop slam. Oh, what a boot to the face. Uranagi. Changes her fortune there. Just a debilitating neck breaker. She's forced onto the defensive now. Yeah, but too soon to be worried. Choke slam! The championship title up for grabs here. By the end of this match, it'll finally have a home. Thanks for coming. End of days! She's got her. What an RKO! Out of nowhere. The championship hanging in the balance. Women's title up for grabs. This looks like the setup to...
Come in!
Pile driver. She's sewn this up like, can she keep her down? And she kicks out. Nice kick out.
Hi, Emily. How you doing? Kind of alright. Yeah.
And she's getting fired up here. She's looking unstoppable, actually. Uh-oh, this is big trouble here. She's got her. She wants her. Parts of the match. About it. That was a huge win. And to be honest, Michael, neither of these amazing women have anything to be ashamed of. Well, what an incredible journey it has been to get to this WrestleMania moment. Absolutely amazing.
She may have to do a phone call or she'll still able to come, I don't know. But we really didn't talk about it. She just more talked about like the MTAP or whatever it's called, an ATP. That's what she was telling me about. And then she said she's gonna do that, and then that's pretty much it. And then I was talking to her about some things about like
She said that you would try to get someone want to take you grocery shopping?
Yeah,
Okay.
I tried. It didn't work out, but I tried.
Yeah. Well, you have, what food do you have here?
Well, I went down to the Snowcos and got some Rice Krispies and milk. Rice Krispies and milk and sugar, chips, pop, milk, and pretty much it.
Okay, so you went down to Sunoco. Did you walk down to Sunoco?
Hmm?
So, you walk down to Sunoco, that means you're able to go to the bus. Bus station's down by there.
But I don't have bus fare.
Okay. Aubrey can get you bus fare.
Not for shopping, she said no. So like for
She's-
doctors.
Aubrey is able to give you some bus fare if you need it.
No,
I talked with Aubrey.
Aubrey already told me that she only doing it for doctor's appointments. You know, doctors, I can't do it.
So we'll talk about that then. But, you know, kinda like the situation with the doctor's office, you know, she expressed to me she wasn't angry, she was just disappointed because your priority right now is your health, making sure that you are,
Yeah, I know, 'cause I had the pneumonia, I know.
you have pneumonia. So you had the capability of going down to Sunoco and buying chips and pop and Rice Krispies, but
Rice Krispies cereal.
I know, but if you needed to go to the doctor's
That was too far from there. I wasn't walking.
on the bus stop.
How was I supposed to get on the bus?
The bus stop, there's a bus stop down on that
Yeah, but
street.
how was I supposed to get on the bus?
What do you mean?
You need money.
Aubrey would have given you bus tickets to go to a doctor's appointment.
She was supposed to give it to me last week, she never did.
You told her that you would be able to get a ride.
I was going to try.
Okay, but how?
Try is not in
I
this now.
understand, but let's rewind a little bit and think of the past, okay? How successful have you been being able to get rides to places?
Actually, when I lived in the old place, I had rides.
Okay, but you don't live in the old place.
Yeah, I know, I'm here where there's nothing convenient.
So, you know, we need to work on trying to prioritize, you know, your needs and what is important right now. Because buying chips and pop is not good for you.
It's something I can eat, they don't got much down at the Snowcos gas
They
station.
have other things you can get other than chips and pop.
What am I supposed to get?
Bread, they have peanut butter.
I don't eat peanut butter, I told you that.
Okay, but like I said, Elizabeth,
Hey, I
We're
got
gonna
cereal, cereal's good.
we're gonna go over something today that I had a class. We're gonna talk about your nutrition and things like that, but first we're gonna go over something that I was taught last week. It really resonated with me, and I found it very useful. And I went it over with someone today, and it was useful for them too. Not fully finished with these little card things yet, but I'm hoping that I can finish them soon. And I can have a book, and I will also give everyone a copy. So,
A copy of what?
of what I'm gonna read. In like a more like laid out form. But have you ever heard of the 12 steps for AA?
I know of it, but I don't know the steps, no.
So the 12 steps for Alcohol Anonymous is the 12 steps for addiction. So it's basically to help people guide themselves out of their addictive habits. And I learned the other day that the 12 steps for addiction is not just about drugs and alcohol or gambling or whatever. It's about recovery. It's about treatment. And the 12 steps, taking out the alcohol and all of that it entails, can actually be very useful to getting over our own addiction. Whether that is control, or lack of control, or fear, getting moving over some of those things that kind of hold us back. And you'll know a little bit more. I know in the beginning I explained it to one of my folks earlier. She was like, I'm not an addict, this isn't going to work for me. But as I explained it to her, she actually it really resonated. And we'll have a discussion about it. So I'm going to go each of them. I only have 8 so far on this. I just did it last night, so I'll get more in depth with it, and I have the rest of them on my computer. So step 1 of recovery, in whatever way that is, for you, what would you describe your hurdle when it comes to you succeeding, or you getting to where you need to be?
What do you mean?
So, for example, some people crave control. Would you think that maybe your hurdle would be change? Do you have a hard time with change?
Sometimes.
Do you have a hard time with how others might perceive you? Yeah. I mean, it's clear. And although you don't want to admit to it, and we'll get to that parts of the steps later, but it is clear that you have a hard time accepting or thinking or wondering what other people's perceptions are of you. Not wanting to ask for help. Sometimes you can be very stubborn. And ultimately, all of that comes down to fear. Being afraid of something. Being afraid of being turned down. Being afraid of asking for help. Being afraid to try something new. All of it comes down to fear. And that can be an extreme addiction of being stuck in fear or hiding away from fear. It can keep you from doing pretty much anything in your life. You know, I told you about me getting up and going to the gym. Going to the gym for me is a very big trigger. I was made fun of as a kid for being overweight. I'm very self-conscious about myself. And getting to the gym is all of those combined in one. But ultimately, if I don't face that fear, I'm not going to get better. And that fear is going to stay there. Well, we're going to go over these. So, the first step in recovery with whatever hurdle you're experiencing is admitting when it's no longer working for us. So knowing that, okay, I've either been doing the same thing for quite some time now, and I feel like I'm just back in the same position I've always been, or I'm back with the same issues that I'm always dealing with. I'm back having people who don't, I feel like don't support me. I'm back into negative relationships. You determine the problem, admitting that we are powerless over our addiction, whatever that may be. Admitting that if we give into that, you're not in control. Your addiction, your whatever that may be, your fear is in control of you. You are not in control.
Can I cut you off for a second?
Sure.
Alright, this is going to be kind of odd to say, but you say an addiction, so could I be... I know you don't want to talk about it, but do you think Al's addiction to me?
No, I think he's a part of it. I feel it comes down to your self-esteem. Al not wanting you and Al not wanting to be your friend is a hit to your self-esteem. Doesn't make you feel good. I don't think that he's a part of your addiction. I think he's a part of the fear. The fear of losing someone that you have affection for. I feel like Al could be anybody. you could replace Al with any other person. I know right now you have this strong will towards Al, but if someone were to be like Al that would come into your life, he would be the next Al. And you would feel that exact same way, because ultimately it's guided in that fear of abandonment, the fear of being alone. You know, there's a bunch of things that stem off from fear, and Al is one of them. Al is a stem that comes from the fear of being alone. And why our own powerless creates strength. So knowing the problem and knowing that we are powerless creates strength. Because if we know that if we give into that, if we feed into whatever that may be, whether that's fear or change, we have no control. So once we know that when we feed in, we have no control, we steer away. Step 2 is to came to believe and accepted that we need strength beyond our awareness, whether that's God. The 12 steps is based in faith. I rewrote this so that it could be for anyone, you know, because I have some folks who don't believe in God. But
I believe in God.
you believe in God, okay, so we need strength beyond our awareness, like God, and resources to restore us to sanity. Me, Aubrey, the therapist, God. This is about hope. When you temporarily make yourself subordinate, which means put yourself behind, do not let you be in control, to someone or something that is helping you, it is possible to be guided in the right direction. And by that it's saying, I'm not driving anymore, I'm letting you guys guide me to what you think I should do. And that takes a lot. Because that's about the control, all of it, control and fear. Because you're not in control. You're letting someone else's thoughts and advice come into you so that you can do them. Which I think is very hard for you. Letting other people's advice and criticism and change help you. Because you're so used to doing things for so long. And the way that you've done them for so long. Step 3, make a decision to entrust our will and our lives to the care of the collective wisdom and resources of those who have searched before us. So basically, trust that the people who are behind you are guiding you to where you need to be. Whether that's God, us, trust that you are in the direction that you need to be. Use your supports, trust your supports, take chances, ask for help, practice acceptance. Accept the fact that you need help. Accept the fact that you can't do this alone. And that the only way you can deal with your addiction, change, fear, is accepting help. Step 4. Make a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. And this is hard. Fearless. So we're going to break down fearless, searching, and moral. Fearless, as you face the truth about yourself, some things you may not like. Only acknowledge your faults you can change. So as you look at yourself and you think, I got a lot of things that are wrong with me right now, only focus on the stuff you can change. Don't look at the past. Don't look at the mistakes that you have made in the past and try to change them. Change now. Change the things about yourself that you can change and you can fix. Searching. As you take time to examine your thoughts, words, and ideas, it is good to write them down. So as you come out and say, you know, for example, I'll say, I have a lot of anxiety about going to the gym. I tend to shut things down before I even hear why they're good for me, I tend to immediately think of the bad before the good. It is important to write these things down so that you can acknowledge them. And when you know that you're doing these things, you can say, okay, these are flaws. These are my faults. I don't want to give in to my faults. And moral. As you weigh those thoughts, words, and ideas, it's important to know these are true against your own selfish desires. And by desires, I mean ways that sugarcoat it. So, for example, if I say that I have anxiety because of my past and my mom, the way that my mom treated me. The desire, the selfish desire, is me blaming my mom. I have anxiety because I have uncontrollable anxiety because I choose not to control it. What would you blame, your fear of change or, your self-image? Could you find any selfish desires, do you think, that you might be able to connect why you have a low self-esteem or why you may have an issue with change?
No.
Think. Why do you have low self-esteem? Why do you think you have low self-esteem?
Because what happened to me in the past.
Mm-hmm.
With my kids, my mom, my ex-boyfriend, my family. And now, my best friend.
What about your fear of change?
I'm not good with change.
Why?
I'm scared of death, and I'm scared of losing my friends.
What if I told you is
Well,
all of that fear?
I'm scared to lose my, I don't know how to put it, I'm scared of losing people that I care about.
You are in control of all of that. And even though you have been hurt in your past and things that have done to you, you have every control to change that. Using them as an excuse and a reason for all of that is giving in to your own selfish desires. Because I'll be the first to tell you, it is very easy to say, I'm like this way because. I'm like this way because. I've done it a million times. But at the end of the day, it doesn't help you.
Well, I don't blame my mom anymore. I don't care about my family. I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but I don't care about them because they don't care about me, so there's no point. So I don't talk about them anymore or not like that. But the only thing that gets me right now that I fear, I mean, I might be selfish about it, but I fear that I'm going to lose my best friend. And I know you don't like me talking about it, but
Elizabeth, you had bad self-esteem before Al.
Yeah.
Your self-esteem
But-
came before Al.
yeah, I know that, but
So-
it's making it worse because I'm going to lose them.
But Elizabeth, what I'm trying to get at here is that surface layer is deeper than that. There is a level of deeper that comes before Al.
Fine, it's all my ex.
Yeah.
It was my ex, now it's my best friend.
You have control of your self-esteem. You are letting other people determine your self-esteem. It is time to gain control over what you have control over. Stop looking for other people to try to make it better because it will not.
Okay, I dealt with the ex. I'm over with that.
You're not though.
I'm over him, but I'm not over what he did to me.
Exactly.
Okay? And And then with my best friend, I don't know how to deal with that.
As you weigh those thoughts, words, and ideas, it is important to know these are true against your own selfish desires. Your feelings about yourself are how you feel about yourself.
I already told you I don't like myself.
I know. As you take time to examine these thoughts, words, and ideas, good to write them down. As you face the truth about yourself, some things you may not like, only acknowledge your faults, you can change. Stop thinking about the relationship with you and Al. You cannot change it. It is out of your control. You can change how
Forget about the friendship.
you can change how you feel about yourself if you choose to. That is in your control.
Okay, how do I change myself?
If you work on how to feel better about yourself,
How?
Elizabeth, we will go over that. I'm gonna go over this first. This is just going through this. We've talked about how we can do those things, but we can continue to talk about them.
Alright.
We're gonna finish this first. Step 5, admitting to ourselves without reservation and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. So, confession is good for the soul. Without productive relief, torment can lead to old destructive ways of coping. So basically, admitting your wrongs that you felt that you have done throughout your life. And admitting to them, to someone, openly, whether it's you write a letter, or it doesn't have to be anyone in particular, someone that you might, feel comfortable around. And the reason for that being is that if we don't release our wrongs and our wrongdoings, those stay inside of us, eat us alive, and create more bad habits. Create low self-esteem. Create anger. Create pain. It is important to release those and let them out so that we can move on and get better. Step 6, being ready to accept help and letting go of all of your defects of character. Let go of what is holding you back. If positive behaviors and attitudes are learned, our interaction with the world will change for the better. So, all of your defects of character, everything that you feel like is holding you back, everything that you feel like is keeping you from going and doing the things that you want to do, or going and getting the things that you need done, or reaching your goals, let it go. Don't think about it, because you have the power to move towards where you need to be. And if positive behaviors and attitudes are learned, if you learn to, instead of focus on, well, I can't do that because I don't like this, or I don't like that because of this, or I don't do this because of that. If you surround yourself with negative behaviors, you're going to be negative. And nothing positive is going to happen. But if positive behaviors and attitudes are learned, our interaction with the world will change for the better. Everything will start to look better if you start to focus on what could be positive out of this. What could be something that this can help me with. With humility and openness, seek to eliminate our shortcomings. Which means, with humility and openness, what they mean by that is accept. You know what humility means? Just to feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
Accept that and be open and seek to eliminate our shortcomings, so the things that have gone wrong in our lives. It allows us to recognize the security of our defects. Without humility, it is possible that we will underestimate or minimize the impact of our actions, whether that's towards someone else or to ourselves. It allows us to recognize our own limits. We have to be humble enough to overcome our addiction. And I don't want you to focus too much on addiction, to overcome your shortcomings, whether that's fear of change or just fear in general. It allows us to comprehend the ability to transform our lives. Humility allows us to come to the realization that there is something greater than ourselves and our flaws. So what they mean by that is when you feel humility, when you feel bad, that's your body telling you, you're not supposed to be like this. Humility is often a good thing because it shows us that we care. And it shows us that we have a side that isn't our flaws. So you need to embrace the humility, embrace the fact that you felt bad about how things are, or how the way you're living your life, or how things used to be. Embrace the humility and seek openness and be open about it. Say, I feel bad about how this had happened. I feel bad about this. Because once you feel humility, then you're able to say, okay, this is not how I want to live my life. And this is not how I wanted to live my life. Okay. Step 8. This is a really hard one. When I was going through these, I often think of myself, not because I relate to all of them, but I like to think, okay, well, how would I relate myself to this situation? Step 8, make a list of all the persons we have harmed and become willing to make amends to them all. When you become willing to repair the damage you have done, you reduce the destructive pain, anger, hurt, and resentment your addiction has caused. This also helps with guilt. Confronting the guilt makes it easier to stay well. You know, holding too much inside is very harmful and destructive. Apologizing to people you think you may have hurt, letting them know that, you know, you're sorry, not only allows you to get that out, but allows you to heal. And apologies are very hard to do. And it's one of those things where you're not doing it really for them, you're doing it for you. It's not about wanting a relationship back. It's not about wanting to have, you know, be friends with that person again. It's about, you know, or wanting that family member back in your life or whoever. It's about you and what you're holding inside. You know, I I've had multiple people in my life where, not that I did anything wrong, but there was times where situations have happened and we were both in different places in the world and we fell off and ended in a huge fight, and that was it. And you know, you get that feeling inside of yourself of saying, you know what, I was not in a great spot and I wasn't thinking properly, or my mental health was really bad and I really hurt this person. And letting go of that not only lets go of that hurt and feeling, that lets go of the person that you were whenever you hurt that person. Because it allows you that guilt and that humility to say, I'm not that person anymore. Do I not have 9? I'll pull the rest up on the computer. Oh my goodness, where am I supposed to go? So the 9th step, make a direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure or hurt others. So face that person and apologize. When they say accept when to do would injure them or others, meaning, if you have an ex-boyfriend who is in a relationship, obviously don't go knock on that person's door and say, oh, I'm sorry, because that would cause issues in the relationship. Someone you might have physically harmed or confessing to like a criminal act or something like that. But it is necessary because it starts to clean up the messes that we left behind. Since recovering is all about moving forward, making amends for the wrongs we have done, let us balance our books so we owe nothing from our past. It allows us to have a fresh start. So if we keep those emotions of things that we have done wrong in ourselves, that's a piece of our past in us. Allowing us to make amends to all of the wrongdoings allows us to get rid of that person and start new. The 10th step, continue to take personal inventory, and when we are wrong, promptly admit it. And by continuing to take personal inventory, let's go back, there's a really good article on this that I found. Okay. It says, Step 10 acknowledges that transformation is infinite and growth is on the continuum, which means it's forever. Therefore, each day we must remain aware of our ability to slip back into our default unhealthy habits. We must continue to take personal inventory weekly, daily, even hourly. Being human is a permanent condition. There's no cure for our imperfections or struggles, at least not while we're on this earth. The closest we can get to true recovery is ongoing commitment to do the best we can based on what we know at this time. To this end, we must continuously be willing to assess our behavior choices, to learn from them, and to make amends when necessary. When we know better, we do better. That's it. Progress, not perfection. As imperfect humans, we tend to make forward progress and then fall back. The essential piece is that we must continuously, humbly, and without defensiveness work towards forward progress as best we can, as often as we can. Everyone screws up to various degrees. The real damage and the lasting damage is typically done only when we refuse to acknowledge our mistakes and make amends. Remember when I told you doing the same thing over and over again is the definition of insanity?
Mm-hmm.
Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
Yes.
Okay. Step 11. Sought through prayer and meditation to improve your conscious contact with God as we understood Him, praying only for knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry out. This is a spiritual step, but people who have reached this point have usually come to terms with God. The 12 steps of AA contains language of God. In other words, they have already formed their own personal concept of a higher power. Some people believe that there is a physical God. Some people believe that God is inside of you, that you almost, once you've reached the point of overall acceptance and understanding, you are a part of God, and God is like a feeling. For some, God is an acronym that stands for good, orderly direction, the path that they want in their life to take. For others, it can even stand for group of drunks. It's just a funny little thing. The fellowship they receive from others in their AA meetings. So the people that they meet in the groups. Prayer and meditation means making a conscious effort to improve our understanding of the path of our higher power has for us. To To be more specific, prayer means talking to our higher power, sharing our burdens, admitting our wrongs, asking for help, and expressing our gratitude. Meditation, on the other hand, means listening to that same higher power, putting aside our own egos and desires in order to understand what we should be doing. So putting aside our own egos and desires kind of goes back to not being in control, letting other people or God guide you to that control, completely letting go of any bias, any fear, anything that you have. And the 12th step, the final step, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we try to carry this message to everyone and to practice these principles in all our affairs. For yourself, there are a few things you can do to better serve yourself and working with others who are still struggling. These steps remind you of where you were and where you no longer want to be. It helps hold you accountable. It gives you a sense of purpose. It keeps you from becoming complacent in your recovery. It enhances your fellowship with others. But on the other hand, allows you to be a benefit to other struggling addicts. So, people that you may know who also be struggling. Sometimes a still suffering person will trust you above others because you understand what they're going through. You have insights that may allow you to help when no one else can. And when you share your story, others may be inspired by your successful ongoing recovery to the point that they finally gain their own recovery. The creators of the 12-step model considered serving others such a significant piece of long-term sobriety, and that is built into the framework of the program through the sponsor structure, which is what they go by, having a sponsor, having someone help you through. Basically, 12-step group participants who've completed the steps have established lasting sobriety and are encouraged to assist newcomers by sponsoring them. Sponsorship is a mentor system that not only helps newcomers, it reminds old-timers of what a return to active addiction might look like. It also causes sponsors to redo steps themselves, continuing their work for recovery and healing as they help others to do the same. In this way, sponsorship serves a dual purpose. Non-addicts can benefit just as much as recovering addicts from serving others and remaining vigilant about complacency. However, the benefits of such deeds will only be realized if they are done with boundaries. Boundaries are guidelines or limits that a person sets when engaging with others while also establishing appropriate response when others pass or ignore those limits. Simply put, boundaries are your definition of what's okay and what's not okay. Some people believe that boundaries create obstacles to loving and caring others. However, the empathy and compassion necessary for such acts flow freely from those with strong boundaries. One must give to others without the weight of duty. And they mean by that, one must give to others without the weight of duty. You are to give to others freely, but not feel expected to. Obligation, or quid pro quo. Opting out of healthy boundaries can drain emotional resources. So, think about your relationship with Al. Not creating a healthy boundary between you and him has drained your emotional resources, has drained you emotionally. Being able to create boundaries with people and understanding who is someone that you can rely on for helping you and who isn't. Who is someone that you can rely on to help you succeed and has your best interest and who isn't. Those conditions would make it difficult to stay free of one's character defects and bad habits. And then you're back to step one and square one. So those conditions would make it difficult to stay free of one's character defects and bad habits. So basically what they mean by that is whenever you open up and trust into someone who you know probably does not have your best in interest, but you do anyway. That allows all of your defects, all of your old self to come back and to resurface again. The fear of change, the lack of self-esteem. Whenever you start to feel all of that come back, that's when you know that this person is not serving me the way I should be and is only going to get me back on the track that I don't need to be. If there's ever a time, I know for me personally, if I feel uncomfortable or if I feel kind of pissed that someone is trying to guide me in this way or give me directions, chances are they're probably right. Because I get defensive, much like you. You know, when my boyfriend was taking me to the gym this time last year, I was working out and he was like critiquing me, guiding me. And I'm like, leave me alone, I know what I'm doing. No, I didn't. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But I was very vulnerable, and I was hurt by what he said because he was critiquing me, which is hurting my self-esteem, and I fought back against it. Later to understand and realize that he was right, and it was my defense that was pushing back. If you feel yourself getting defensive, or you feel yourself pushing back, take an inventory of yourself, asking, why are you feeling defensive? Why are you pushing back? Chances are, if you're comfortable and you don't feel the need to change or to do anything differently, you're probably not doing the things you need to be doing. Because helping yourself is not comfortable. It's not something that's going to be easy. It's not something that's going to be short term. It's going to be hard, and it's going to take a while. But like I said, if you feel yourself getting comfortable and you feel yourself not feeling like you're out of your comfort zone, that means you're not getting better. You need to be able to feel that discomfort. You need to be able to feel that fear. Because with that fear shows you that you're working towards something that you've never done before, and something that will probably help you. You're very stubborn sometimes. Your fear is in all the wrong places. Your fear needs to be in thinking to yourself, if I continue on this path of where I'm going and how I view things and what my focus is on and who my focus is on, where am I going to be in 5 years? You know? Your fear is, oh, I don't want to go out in public or go on the bus because I don't want people looking at me here. I don't want to seem goofy, or I don't want to seem like I don't know what I'm doing. You know, I don't want to go to my doctor's appointment because I don't want them to judge me. Which, don't get me wrong, I used to skip doctor's appointments because I didn't feel like hearing a bunch of shit that was wrong with me. I used to do it all the time. Because when you know that you're not living the way you should be, why would you sign up to go and pay for an appointment where they're just going to tell you everything that's wrong? Tell you everything that you need to be doing, everything that you're not doing to help yourself. All that's saying, and Elizabeth, again, I've been working with you for almost a year, you've missed pretty much every PCP appointment that I've had with you. And that track record is not a secret as to why. I understand that this stuff is scary, and it's uncomfortable, and it's fearful, and it's full of all these obstacles and these things you just don't want to deal with. But I can promise you the backlash and the mess that it's going to do to you and your body if you don't, that's going to outweigh that. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've worked with someone to simply just walk with me to the gas station And then once they did it, they were done. They were like, oh my God, what was I doing that was so freaking easy? Why haven't I done that? Or why was I so worried for nothing?
I don't want to focus on the fear.
But you understand if you, the fear, what fear? Of you and your health?
Everything.
But you understand if you don't overcome the fear is going to be forever. That fear is not going anywhere. If you don't get over it, it's not going to go away.
It's not easy to deal with.
Elizabeth, I know. Believe me.
I still fear of my twins. I still fear of my exes. I still fear of my best friend doing to me.
When I was a teenager,
but I don't say nothing because I don't want to lose them. And yes, I know you don't want to talk about it. I just can't get out of my head. Okay, what he's doing to me is wrong. But I don't want to say nothing because I don't want to lose him. Like I lost everyone else. He's the only thing I got.
Elizabeth, he doesn't have to be the only thing you have.
But I want him to be. Even just a friend.
Okay. But like I said, Elizabeth, you are choosing this. You are choosing a path that's going to create you.
He has good in him.
Listen.
And I know it.
But he doesn't care to show it to you. It's not your job to
everything went downhill when I told him my life killed.
Elizabeth,
Everything
we're not
went
going
downhill.
down this. We're really not. We're not. Because this has nothing to do with Al.
Yes,
really
it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Elizabeth, you were...
It has to do with my kids. It has to do with my family. It has to do with my ex-boyfriend. And it has to do with Al.
Elizabeth.
You can't tell me it doesn't.
Elizabeth.
You don't know how I think,
Elizabeth.
Emily.
Elizabeth.
No, you don't know how I feel.
Elizabeth.
You don't know how I think.
Elizabeth.
No, Elizabeth, nothing.
Yes.
I'm not biting my tongue. No. Okay, I'm telling you what my problems are, and you don't want to hear it.
Elizabeth.
No.
Stop.
Al is a major problem for me.
I know it is.
I don't want to lose him.
Elizabeth.
You don't understand.
I do understand.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. What don't I understand? Help me understand.
You don't like the things that he does to me, so you don't want to hear nothing.
No. Elizabeth, stop creating
No,
your
Al is the only thing.
Elizabeth.
Al is the only thing I have that's good in my life. And if I lose him, I ain't going to have nothing.
Then work for something.
Okay, that's what my problem is.
You need to work towards a life.
And Al is a major problem with me. That's what I'm dealing with.
You need to work.
You want to know what's wrong with me? That's what's wrong with me.
You need to work towards a life that is independent for you. No one should have to rely on anyone.
I don't rely on him.
Elizabeth,
he's a good friend. I don't rely on him.
You just said if you don't have Al, you'll have nothing. That is
because
relying on him.
he's the only good thing I have in my life.
No one.
Only thing. Even though he does bad things to me, he's still good to me.
You understand that is.
You don't understand.
Do you understand that is not healthy?
What? That I don't want to lose my best friend that I've been friends with 5 years, and that I consider him as a real friend, but he thinks I'm shit to him.
There's a difference between being sad and upset and grieving, and then there's a difference between someone being the only...
I don't grieve. I didn't grieve my twins. I didn't grieve the loss of my 8 kids. And I'm not going to grieve Al.
Elizabeth.
It's not going to happen.
Elizabeth.
No, Elizabeth, nothing. I'm done biting my tongue. I'm done people bossing me to fuck around.
Alright.
I'm sick of it. I'm a grown-ass woman. I don't need to take people's shit. So please leave.
Elizabeth.
No, get out of my house.
Where is this coming from?
You don't want to hear nothing I gotta say. You don't care how I feel. Everything that I'm dealing with Al is fucking me up.
Elizabeth.
And you don't care. So get out of my house. I'm done with you. Get out.
Elizabeth.
I'm asking you to get out or I'm gonna be ignorant. Now get out of my house. I'm telling you once. I'm not telling you again. No, you need to get out of my house before I get really disrespectful.
I'm gonna finish talking and then I will
leave. You're going to leave now. I don't want to hear nothing from you.
Alright.
And you can tell George I want a new caseworker.
Well,
I don't want to
get
deal
one, so.
Well, I'm not dealing with you.
Alright.
Please get out.
I'm gonna call him right now.
You don't want to hear nothing I gotta say. You want to know what my problem is? I'm telling you my problem. I don't want to lose my best friend, and you don't give a fuck how I feel about it.
Elizabeth.
No, you don't.
You will not let me speak. You're screaming.
No, you don't like Al because what I said what he did.
Elizabeth.
No, you're mad because he keeps blocking me. He said he's friends with me.
Elizabeth, you're...
No, what you don't understand is I'm dealing with a lot of problems right now. Losing my best friend. He's the only good thing I got, and you don't care.
I never said I didn't care.
Yes,
Elizabeth.
you did. You told me many a time.
No, I haven't.
You just didn't say I don't care, but you've been pushing it around.
Alright, I'm calling yours.
I'm just tired of it. You want to know what my problem is? My problem is that my best friend is going to delete me forever and never be my friend again. That's my fucking problem. That's what my problem is.
I want to start the call from George. Back. If you would like to have a calm conversation so that I can listen to you without you screaming at me.
No, every time I bring up how I feel about Al, you don't want to hear it.
No, I know.
But that's what my problem is. No, see, you think my problem is with my kids, okay? No, see, what you don't know is I called Isaiah. I talked to him. He doesn't want to meet with me. He said he did, but he didn't. Okay? AJ don't want nothing to do with me. Okay? I accept that my kids don't want nothing from me. I get that and I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Do I like it? No.
Okay.
Okay? I will never forgive and I will hate my ex-boyfriend for the rest of my life until the day I fucking die for him killing my twins. Am I ever going to forget my twins? No. And I'm not going to grieve over them because I don't want to. Because that means I have to accept that they're gone. And I'm not. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But I'm not. And my problem right now is not my ex. It's not my kids. It's not my family. It's my best friend, because Al wants not to be my friend no more. He hates my fucking guts. He don't want to be my friend. Okay? He accepts me back, but he still doesn't interact with me. Okay?
Mean. It is mean, Elizabeth.
It's really mentally and physically hurting me.
Calm down. Come here. Listen. Listen, Elizabeth. I need you to understand that everything that you had told me in regards to me caring about you and caring about your situation with
I just
Al.
want Al to be my friend.
I know.
Why does he gotta become ties behind me?
Elizabeth, listen.
He hates my guts. I don't know. I did nothing wrong. I did what people told me.
Elizabeth.
But he doesn't want to listen to me.
Because he doesn't care. He doesn't care, Elizabeth.
He has a good side. I know he does. I've seen it.
I know, but he doesn't care. He doesn't care. And I need you to understand that what I'm trying to do with you, Elizabeth, what I'm trying to do with you is to make you not feel like this. Elizabeth, one single person in your life is causing you this. One single person.
Because I care about him.
And I know, I want you to care about you more.
I don't like myself.
Then let's work on that.
I don't want to work on me.
Why?
Because I don't want to. I don't care about me.
Until you work on yourself, you're never going to be able to have successful relationships with people.
Al doesn't want to be my friend because I don't care about myself. He doesn't want to be my friend because I told a big secret.
Okay, Elizabeth, if you cared about yourself...
He hates me because of it. Elizabeth. And now he's blackmailing me to be a friend.
Listen, Elizabeth, if you cared about yourself, you would understand that you deserve far better friends than Al.
Al is my friend.
Not saying that Al can't be a friend of yours, but what I mean is that you deserve other people in your life that can give you the satisfaction that you need that Al cannot. That is what
I don't want him as a
feeling better
boyfriend.
about
I don't
yourself.
want him as a boyfriend.
And I know that.
I want him just as a friend.
Elizabeth, I know that.
I don't understand why he doesn't understand it.
Because you can't, like what I just talked about.
I'm sorry that I have feelings for him. I'm sorry for ever telling him that. But I just want him as a friend. And now he's bribing me to be a friend to him.
He's bribing you. What is he
I'm
doing?
not saying nothing.
What is he doing?
Nothing.
you...
No. All I know is I have only a couple more days to choose if he's going to be my friend or not. Okay?
Why is he
I
doing
gotta
that?
make this decision.
Why is he doing that?
And I don't want to make the decision.
Elizabeth, that's like some like Saw shit. And it's messed up. It's like, this is like a, have you ever seen Saw?
No, I don't watch that.
The movie Saw, where he's like, you have 5 minutes to get the key out of your left arm or
No,
else
I
you're
don't
gonna
watch
die.
it.
Well, that's what it reminds me of.
I'm not saying what it is, but all I'm saying is,
Is it money?
no. No, it's not. I'm not telling you what it is.
Okay, you don't have to tell me.
Okay, I did it to Beastbro and now he hates me. I'm not telling nobody what the problem is and what the deal is. All I know is that for me to be his friend, I have to do something. And I'm not saying what it is.
Is it something you don't want to do?
No, it's not that.
Okay. You don't have to tell me.
All I want is him just to be my friend. That's it. Okay? I have been nothing but a loyal friend to him. And I'm so sorry that I have feelings for this guy. I can't help it.
I am going to, once again, really stress the fact that I would love nothing more than for you and Al to be friends. And I'm being honest with you. I would love nothing more than for this guy to be in your life.
Every day that he blocked me, for 14 or 15 days, whatever the fuck it was, I prayed to God every night that he could come back to me. I begged him, and I don't beg nobody to be my friend. I don't do that stuff. If it was anybody else, I wouldn't give a fuck. I would have blocked them and deleted them and kicked them out of my life forever. Just Al, I don't know why. I just can't get him out of my life, and I don't want to lose him, and I don't know why. I just don't. I don't know why.
I mean, we talked a little bit about why.
And I just want him to understand. But since he doesn't understand me, it's hard to explain to him. He doesn't understand why I want him as a friend. Or he just don't care. I don't know. Either one. I don't know anymore.
I can tell what we went over is very triggering for you. I apologize for making you uncomfortable. But like I said, sometimes that feeling of being uncomfortable brings out power and brings out good.
There's nothing good about this situation. How's it good that he's gonna leave me?
I'm not
How's that good?
I'm not talking about Al, Elizabeth.
I'm not talking about my family. I don't give a fuck about them.
I'm not talking about your family either.
Then what?
I'm talking about you and your feelings.
What about me?
That facing your fears and facing the things that hold you back can give you the power and the strides to move forward.
I don't see that.
I know you don't see it, but you know, if that's something that you would be willing to learn about, I can help you.
I just don't want the thoughts to come back in my head.
Do you want to meditate?
No. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. You control that.
No, it's not able to be controlled.
I know, but the actions around you are controlled.
I'm trying to control my friendship, and I can't even do that, can I?
Like I said, things that are in your control and things that aren't in your control. You can't control that because he's going to do whatever he wants to do regardless. But you can control
But
how
I'm the
much...
one who's got to deal with all the pain. It's fucked up,
I
right?
know, but you can
Right?
make investment into yourself and work on yourself and make yourself feel whole so that you have the will to move on and keep going.
I don't want to deal with the pain. Okay? I only got a couple more days. I have a decision to make. And if I don't keep the deal, he's going to delete me forever. He's going to be gone.
That's just so messed up, Elizabeth. Like I said, what George was saying too, this seems like something from grade school. This is some grade school crap.
I don't know how to get him to stay with me as a friend. That's all I want. I don't want him as a boyfriend. I don't want him to be I don't want to be his girlfriend. I just want to be friends. Okay, yes, I know I got feelings for him, but I'm working on it. I just can't turn it off. That's what my problem is. I don't care about my family. I don't care about my sisters. I don't care about my brother, my half-brothers. I don't even know them anyway. Okay? I don't care about my kids not want to be part of my life. I'm done trying. I tried. They don't want to reach out. They don't want to work with me. They don't want to do nothing. I don't care anymore. I just totally gave up. Like I said, everything that I wanted is gone. It's all down the drain. Only thing, yeah, it is. Only thing that I had left was Al. And now that's down the drain too. Okay? So again, I have no one. I'm all by myself. Okay? Is that what you wanted to hear?
No. How do we change that? Do you want to change that?
No.
Then that's your decision.
I'm not changing. I don't care about my family. I already dealt with it.
I'm not talking about your family. Like you said, that's done. Get all of them out of the picture. Your kids, your family, all of them. What now?
Al, I'm not going to give him up.
Okay, what?
He can hate my guts. He don't want to ever have to speak to me ever again. He doesn't have to play with me or be bothered by me. But I'm still going to be his friend. Because I met that promise when I told him I'd be his best friend. And I'm keeping my word. Everything that he's lied to me, I didn't care about the lies. I didn't care about it. I didn't believe half of the stuff that Beastmo told me. But I wanted to ask Al to see if it was true. But Al doesn't care. Like I said to him, he likes to see me suffer. He don't care I'm in pain.
So you want to bring that back in your life?
If it brings Al back, I will deal with all the bullshit.
You will deal with him hurting you over and over again just to have him.
Just to have him, yes.
Doesn't that sound a little familiar?
What, my ex? Al's not beating on me. Al's not putting his hands on me.
Mentally abusing you.
He's not my ex. You can't compare him to
He's
me.
mentally abusing you.
No,
right now.
he's not.
This right here, this reaction is from mental abuse. That ultimatum, that's abuse. That is abuse. He has control of you, and he knows it, and he's enjoying it.
That might be true. That might be very true.
That's abuse.
But I don't care.
He's abusing you.
I don't care. I just want him in my life. I don't give a fuck about it.
Okay.
What you see me is what I don't see myself. You don't get it. You don't understand.
Right, I don't get it.
No, you don't understand. When I wanted to slit my throat, only thing that stopped me was Al when he texted me to play WWE. I had a knife through my throat. I was going to slit my fucking throat. You didn't understand. You don't understand what I'm saying. Okay? I was going to end my life because I hated my life. I hated being abused. I hated how my family treated me. I hated how my kids didn't want to be a part of my life. I hated everything because I lost everything. Only reason I did not kill myself was because of Al. Okay? He was the only good thing I had. And I told him. I told him I was going to kill myself. And the only reason I didn't do it because he asked me to play wrestling. He stopped me. But he doesn't know that. If it wasn't for Al saying, hey, let's play wrestling, I'd have been dead. I'd have been gone. Nobody understands how I feel. I don't like myself. Everything I worked so hard for, it's all gone. I don't want to be happy. There's nothing to be happy about. You can't make me change.
You're right, I can't. But all I can say is if you want to stop feeling this way, and you want to...
I just want everything to go back to normal when I met Al.
It will never go back to normal.
I want him to forget that I told him I liked him.
Never going to go back to normal.
That's all I want.
We can't
We be
try
friends
to
again.
change things that we cannot change. We can only try to change things that we have control over. You don't have control over anything that has happened, but you do have control about yourself and how you feel about yourself and where you go from here. That you have control over. If you don't want to change that, that's okay. But you're going to continue to feel this way.
Okay.
It's not.
Why should I be happy? What do I got in my life that makes me happy? What?
Elizabeth, you have tons of things in your life that make
What?
you happy.
What?
You have supports that care about you. You have a beautiful house. You're living by yourself. You're healthy. You're about to get your money back on in a month so that you can afford to get things for your house. You have someone who's here who's trying to help you get better and feel better about yourself.
But at the end of the day, are you always here with me? Do you always talk to me?
No.
Because you're just a worker. You get paid to come here.
Yeah, but I enjoy coming here, Elizabeth.
That's not what I'm saying. Okay. I have no family that loves me, that cares about me. I could drop dead tomorrow and nobody gives a fuck. Okay?
Okay. You just told me you don't care about your family. Or
I'm just saying.
something with that.
No, you want to bring up the past? Let's bring up the past.
I'm not bringing up the past.
You always do, so let's do it today.
Elizabeth,
My
I'm
kids,
not doing this.
you think that my kids will care about me? Do you really think they care about me? You think they think 1 ounce a bit of me at all?
I think they do, yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Well, you don't think
My
so.
kids told me.
Is that a fact or a feeling?
No, it's a fact. No, it's
you
a
don't
fact.
know what your kids think.
Oh, yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes.
How?
Isaiah and Aries already been told me they wish I dropped dead.
How long ago was that?
A couple months ago.
Okay.
See, there's things I don't tell you.
Okay.
The reason I don't tell you half the shit about me is because I know you only get paid to come here.
Elizabeth.
No, let me speak. You want the truth? I'm telling you the truth. You may not like it, but I want to tell you. You, Aubrey, and Holly may care about me, but you only care about me is when you guys got to come deal with me.
That's not true.
No, I'm just saying, hold on. Let me talk. Okay? A normal family is where you go gathering with family members. You hang out with your friends. You do things with your friends. You try to get to know your friends. You know, things like that. But the only thing I had was Al.
You have the ability to make friends and to have people inside your life. We can connect you to places that you can go and make friends. We can connect you to support groups.
I don't
to
want
grieving
it.
walking. Exactly. You don't want it.
I haven't had friends, and I don't
You
want
don't want it. So again,
I just want
that's
Al.
the thing, Elizabeth.
What's the problem with that?
We can help you.
What's the problem with me just wanting one
There's
friend?
no problem with that, Elizabeth, but this person is causing you pain and grief. And then you say that you're sad, you say that you're upset, you say don't you like yourself, but there's someone who's causing you to feel all of these emotions. So you tell us that you want us to have us help you stop feeling for him. You tell us that you want to feel better about yourself. You tell us
I wanted to stop having feelings as a girlfriend towards him. That's what I wanted you guys to help me with.
Elizabeth, and the only way that you can do that is to
Because
focus on
if
yourself.
I could stop having these strong feelings for
The
him,
only way you can
he
do
probably
that,
would be my
the
friend.
only way you could do that is to focus on yourself and to not make him the only priority in your life.
I make him a priority because he means a lot to me.
Okay, then
And I don't mean just as a boyfriend.
continue to have
I
those
mean
feelings.
as a friend.
And you're going to continue to have those feelings. They're not going to.
I don't want to replace Al.
You
No.
don't have to replace Al. You don't have to replace him, but you can have feeling for yourself that is stronger than your feelings for Al.
I don't like myself. And you can't make me change.
I know I can't make the change.
And I'm not happy because I don't got nothing to make me happy. Only thing I was happy about, I was somewhat happy when Al was a part of me. But Al's not a part of me anymore. So, there's nothing to make me happy anymore.
If you would like my help to create some happiness in your life, I'd be more than happy to. And not because I work for you, but because I care about you. I wouldn't be sitting here still if I didn't care about you. You horribly berated me after a lot, and I care about you. A lot, Elizabeth. And I want you to understand that. And I'm not doing this because it's my job. I'm doing it because it's my job. But I'm doing it because I don't want to see you like this. And I don't want to see you this upset. And I wish that you could say to yourself, I'm tired of feeling this way. I'm tired of being this upset. Let's do something about it. It's hard. It's tough.
Only way I could probably get better is I forget Al. And that's never going to happen.
No, you don't have to forget Al.
I'm never going to forget him.
You don't have to.
I'm not.
You don't have to forget Al. But you need to make yourself a priority in your life.
For what? I have nothing good in my life.
You can create something good in your life. Elizabeth, you choose not to.
What am I going to choose? Tell me what I can make good in my life.
Elizabeth, we can get you out in the community and meeting people. We can get you to groups. There's movie groups that you can be a part of. There's lunch groups that you can be a part of. We can go and have you go to lunch and meet us down for a movie. Go see a movie with people and have a discussion about it. We can have you go to the local library. There's groups there, and you don't want to, and that's okay. But it's like wanting to lose weight, but not wanting to like eat right or go to the gym. It's like, you know, I want to lose weight, but like I don't want to do anything to get there. You know what I mean? We are more than able and wanting to help you. Aubrey, I understand you see Aubrey as a worker. Aubrey cares about you. I mean, Aubrey texted me late at night last night and told me that she talked to you and let me know that, you know, we talked about the bus ticket and the MATP and all of that off of her own time to let me know. Aubrey and I work together constantly to help you not because it's our job. Trust me, I have people I work with that I'm just there for an hour and I leave. I'm here, Elizabeth, for like 4 hours some days. Not because I have to, because I like to. And I'm willing to invest my time to help you because I believe you're worth it. You're worth the help. You're a really great person who sometimes gets caught up in a bunch of shit. You're stubborn. And Elizabeth, if you can invest in yourself as much as you invest into this guy in games, you would feel so much better. But that's up to you.
I was feeling better. Al was making me feel better. But now he doesn't want nothing to do with me.
You can't rely on someone to make you feel better. I love my boyfriend. My boyfriend, I believe I'm going to marry him. We've been together for years and I love him. But at the end of the day, if something were to happen where we weren't meant to be together, or he doesn't treat me right, or I feel like we're not on the right path, I know at the end of the day I will be okay on my own. That I will be fine without him, because what is life with someone if they don't value you? And what is life with someone if you're giving so much attention to them you can't even value yourself? Relationships are two parts.
I don't want to focus on myself. That's why I put all my attention to Al.
Okay.
I don't care about myself.
You need to care about yourself.
I don't. That's the problem. I don't like myself.
Are you willing to change that?
No, you want to know the truth? I wish I did. Just ignore Al's text. And I wish I did slit my throat.
Don't say that, Elizabeth.
No, I do. You don't understand how I feel. I don't want to be here no more.
Do you want to go to the hospital?
No.
You can't say those things without me.
I'm talking about in the past.
Okay. You said, I don't want to be here anymore.
I don't, really, I don't.
Okay, well don't say those words and expect me not to act on them.
But it's how I feel. You want me to be honest?
Okay, then I'll be honest and get someone here to help you.
I'm not getting 302. That's not happening.
Okay. Time to make some decisions.
And anyways, I don't have anything here to kill myself anyway. So you don't have to worry about it.
Alright, well thank God. It makes me feel so much better. I want you to think of this feeling, and
what you see me as is not what I see.
I know that, Elizabeth.
No, you don't.
We've talked about
I
it.
lost my twins, and I don't know how to deal with it.
And
now I'm losing my best friend, and I can't deal with that.
We've talked about
and I don't want to, but I'm going to have to. I might
outside or the back? Let's get some air. Come on. Well, let's go on the front porch. For what? Let's just get some air. walked outside, your mood kind of changed? A little bit? It's to get you out of that anxious environment. As much as that's good, makes you anxious. Sure, sometimes makes you anxious, makes you uncomfortable. These are good things to have, but whenever you're in that moment of chaos and fear and frustration and anger, some of these things doesn't help. So if you ever get in a moment where you're like that and you're sad and you're angry, pull yourself out of it, go have a cigarette outside. Sit outside, get some air, bring yourself down. You know, and like I said, sometimes it takes you literally forcing yourself out of the bad habits to get out of them. I mean, Elizabeth, I've been horribly depressed in my life, to the point where I would lay in bed, call off work, lay in bed for a week, not shower, crawl to the bathroom, crawl to the kitchen, and sleep for a week.
I'm sorry for yelling at you.
Thank you.
And I do want you to work with me.
Okay. Do you see sometimes how your reaction can really, how this guy is making you feel can really mess up your life? Imagine, Elizabeth, if I would have left, I mean, again, not sure how much you actually enjoy working with me, but if I would have left and called George, said that you didn't want to work with me anymore, that'd be it. All of that progress we made, all of that connection, all of that time we spent getting to know each other would have been gone. But I got to know you and I understand how you work, and I knew that episode had nothing to do with me. It had to do with you. And you take it out on me because you want me to feel hurt just like you're feeling hurt.
No, I don't want you to feel hurt.
Well, there's a reason for that.
I just want to stop feeling hurt, that's all. I don't want to lose out. I'm scared that he's going to leave me and never come back. Okay, yes, that's fair, yes. And I don't want to deal with it. I don't even fear the loss of my twins, because I don't want to sink down to that level. Because that makes me weak. And what I'm doing without, it's making me weak. And I don't like that. I want him to just be a friend. I want him to go back playing GTA, playing wrestling with me. I like the things that he sent me. I just want my friend back. And yes, it's physically and mentally hurting me. I know, and emotionally. I'm not denying it.
I want you to understand how this situation is affecting you from doing good things. And is affecting you from focusing on yourself.
Al is not the
He
problem.
understands how this affects you. He knows that you are going to think day and night about this ultimatum all day, every day. He's doing it because he knows you're going to get all bent out of shape about it. And you don't even know if he's even going to hold up to it to begin with. You might even do the ultimatum and he might go, oh, too bad. He knows that you are going to be distraught and think day and night over this. And for someone who knows how much you care about him, that's a pretty fucked up thing to do. Elizabeth, I've met a lot of bad people in my life. I mean, I work with people who have stabbed somebody. Like, bad. People who have neglected their kids. But that is fucked up. He knows what weapon to use and where to put it.
care about that stuff. I just want him as a friend. I don't care what he lies to me. I don't care that he don't tell me the truth. He don't want me to know about him. I don't care about none of that
But
stuff.
Elizabeth, he's,
I just want him as a friend. I don't care about none of that.
then what do you want out of your friendship with him?
Just be my friend. Play me with wrestling. Play me with GTA. Do the things that we've been doing.
But Elizabeth, he's gonna continue to do these mind games with you if you're his friend. He's not gonna stop them.
He has good in him. And I know he does. Okay, because if he wasn't good, he wouldn't believe in God. He believes in God.
No, I don't want to say that. There's a lot of bad people who believe in God.
No, they're not. They believe in the devil.
No.
Yes.
There's people who believe in God that are bad. Don't you hear about all these, they caught like 12 priests in Pittsburgh who were raping children?
Yeah, because they're pedophiles. They deserve it.
They still believe in God.
They need their dicks cut off.
Yeah, but
Really.
they still believe in God.
No, you cannot believe in God. You're molesting little kids.
Yes, you can.
No, that's a sin.
Yeah, but you can still have a sin and believe in God.
No, that's fucked up.
It is fucked up, but it doesn't mean they don't believe in God.
What, so God told them to go fuck little boys
No.
because they stupid? No.
God doesn't
They
tell you
chose to
anything.
do it.
You can believe in God and still sin.
That's why I don't go to church around Pittsburgh, because you got nothing but fucked up pastors here. That's why I don't go to church here.
There are a lot of really bad people who are religious.
No, you go to the church downtown, this pastor, what is his name? Pastor Tom. He's talking about put a bullet in people's fucking heads. What, God tells you to put a gun to someone's head and pull the trigger?
But he still believes in God.
But he's teaching people wrong.
Exactly.
That's not
the
what
same thing
God.
Now.
No, Al's not putting a gun to my head. He's making me decide to keep him as a friend. That's wrong.
And he's manipulating you.
That might be true, but I'm overlooking that stuff.
Well, at least you want to know that. Like I said, Elizabeth, you have all the information. You have people who are able to help you with the information and guide you in any which way.
You have any other times I can use, please? Thank you. You don't mind if I smoke a cigarette, do you?
Nope, I'm gonna be hitting my vape as well.
I am sorry for snapping on you. I'm sorry for being rude, and I do want you to work with me. And don't tell George.
Nothing from George. But
Yes, Al is really getting to me. I don't want to decide. I have only a couple days to do what he wants me to do. And if I don't, he's not going to be my friend. He's not going to forgive me. And this is what's fucking me up. And I just can't get it out of my head. It won't be the same without Al. He's the only one I really play with out of all my friends. I don't care about my other friends. And to be honest, not to be rude, I really don't care about Beefro either. I was only being nice to him because that's Al's friend. Only one I truly care about is Al. I don't care about none of my friends. I mean, Beefro's cool to hang out with and play with, but he's not Al. That's why I deleted Beefro. I didn't block him, I deleted him.
Al have the Beast Pro doesn't.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying, I don't know. Something is joining me to Al, and I don't want to lose him as a friend. I understand I'm never going to be his girlfriend. I get that. But it's my job to work on my feelings towards him. And I've been trying to do that. I'm trying my best.
I want you to understand that this ultimatum might have hidden meanings. Because, again, I'm not sure what it is, but if it is kind of crazy enough, like a weird ultimatum, that might show him, oh wow, Elizabeth really isn't working on the feelings towards me. You know, Elizabeth will do anything to be my friend, which um, can be concerning to him. But like I said, Elizabeth, I don't really know how you need to handle the situation, but all I can tell you is I really encourage you to try to think of yourself first. And I know it's hard, and I know you don't want to, and I know you don't want to, and that's okay. But it's my job to say that.
And I respect that.
Because, believe it or not, I might not have the same years on you that you do, but I've seen a lot of people in pain. I've seen a lot of people, helped a lot of people out of pain. I know what warning signs are. I know what depression is. I know what abuse is. I know everything that can possibly make someone feel like shit. And I know how to get people out of that. And I know how to make you feel better. But at the end of the day, you have to want it.
Well, how much does it feel better if Al's never my friend again? And he truly hates me.
There's going to be times where you're still going to be sad about your relationship with Al. But I told you about,
There's nothing to be happy about that.
you don't have to be happy right now.
I'm never going to be happy about that.
Elizabeth.
No, about Al not being my friend. I'm never going to be happy about that. Because Al was one of the good people. And honestly, if I'd have just kept my big mouth shut and never told him how I felt about him, we would still be friends.
I believe that you can
But I trusted Beast Pro, and he told me that I should open up and tell Al how I felt.
I believe that you can find people in this world who treat you better than he treats you. You have to be open and willing to be able to do that.
But see, I don't care how he treats me. I don't care that he lies to me. I don't care he makes up things. I don't care about none of that stuff. It didn't matter to me.
Yes, it did. I mean, Elizabeth.
No.
Half of our appointments were us trying to
No,
figure out.
the only thing that matters to me is I'm his friend. Okay, I don't understand. He might not trust me enough to be honest with me. Okay, I don't know what his reasons are. He doesn't want me to know nothing about him. And I respect that.
Why do you want him as your friend?
Because he's the only good person I have in my life. And he was my first friend on PlayStation.
I want you to replace good. I want you to replace that with he's the only person that you have in your life.
No, he's good.
Oh, so he's not the only person. So who are the other people that you have in your life?
No, I said he's good. Al's good.
What makes him good?
I overlook all the bullshit that he
What
does.
makes him good?
Okay, before I told him I liked him, he was a real friend. He always played with me.
Beast Pro used to play with you.
Huh?
Beast Pro used to play with you.
Who?
Beast Pro used to play with you.
Beast Pro does still play with me.
Okay.
I added him back.
Okay, so Beast Pro is now your friend.
Beast Pro's always been my friend. I deleted him because I wanted Al to understand it wasn't just me who played in the role of all this bullshit that was taking place. I wanted him to understand Beast Pro told me these things without me asking Beast Pro. But Al doesn't care to listen. He just wants to blame me for everything.
Yeah. Because
And I get it. I didn't want to tell Al half of the stuff in the beginning. Because I didn't want to come between him and Beast Pro. I don't want Al to hate Beast Pro for what he told me. So I kept it from Al. Because they're real like buddies. They're real like amigos. I didn't want to ruin that for them. I didn't want Al to be mad at Beast Pro. So instead, I had Al be mad at me. I sacrificed him not being mad at Beast Pro for him to hate me. What type of friend does that shit, right? I took all the crap. Because I didn't want Beast Pro to get in trouble. So I took all the blame. I let Al believe me that I was the one who did all this stuff. But really, at the end of the day, it was really Beast Bro telling me all this shit. And the reason my feelings are stronger for Al is because Beast Bro told me that Al liked me. More than a friend.
But now you know that's not true.
Yeah, it was all a lie.
Okay, so
Beast Bro got a fucking thrill out of it lying to me. He wanted Al to stop being my friend because Al was spending too much time with me. He wasn't playing with Beast Bro. Beast Bro Ben told me this. But did I go tell Al? No. Because I didn't want Al and Beast Bro to be fighting him about it. So I let Al be angry with me. Let Al hate me. When it really wasn't me. I would ask Beast Bro about something about him. And then he would tell me things about him. And then he'd tell me things about Al. I never asked. And I have witnesses. I have other friends that have been in the party chat with me and Beast Bro. And they know that Beast Bro told me things without me asking him about Al. And Beast Bro's wrong for not telling Al the truth. And it's not my job to tell Al what Beast Bro did. So yeah, I made Al hate me.
So let's get back. What are some good things about Al? What makes him a good friend?
He's loyal, he's respectful.
How is he loyal?
Well, before I told him how I felt about him, everything
So
went
he's
down.
not loyal.
No, I still say he's
How is he
half.
loyal?
I say he's 50-50.
How? What's the 50% that makes him loyal? What shows you that he's loyal?
He cares about me sometimes when I'm sick.
One time, whenever
No.
you said you're going to go to the hospital.
It wasn't the one time. There was like 2 times or 3 times, whatever it was. He plays with me. He makes me characters. He sends me things that I like. He taught me some things that I never knew about Puerto Rico or Spanish stuff. Espanol.
I'm going to look something up real quick.
Okay? He's a really good friend. Yeah. He could be a son of a bitch if he wants. But do I care? No. I just want him as a friend. And he doesn't understand that. Or he may understand it and he just don't care.
Okay.
I will always have respect. I will always be loyal to him. All the crap that he does to me, all the lies, I don't care. Because honestly, between Al and Rico, I don't know who was telling me the truth. But I didn't care. Why? Because Al was my friend. And now, let's see. 2 weeks from now, maybe 2.5 weeks, he's probably not going to be my friend no more. Then I'm going to be crying again. I'm going to be boo-hooing all over him because he's not going to want to be part of me. Then I'm going to try my best, my hardest, to beg and reach out to him to be my friend.
And then what?
And that's not going to happen.
And then what? Then what are we going to do?
He's going to mentally fuck me up. That's what's going to happen.
And then what?
I don't know. Don't know.
Well, when you're wanting and able to try to figure out the next step, let me know.
I just don't understand why there's got to be consequences. I'm going to put it that way. For him to be my friend.
What do you mean?
I can't say what it is. But there's consequences. He may get a thrill what he does to me. He may. He may. I told him that I'm in pain. And does he like to see me suffer? I
What
did
did he
ask
say?
him. Never respond back to me.
What does that say to you?
Don't know. He may care, he just don't want to say it, or he may just don't give a fuck. Don't know. That's why I call him a mystery man. Don't know nothing about him. I only know what he tells me. Or I only know what Beat Boat tells me about him. So there's two different sides of the story, but I don't know.
Elizabeth, I really want you to think about this relationship and, how it's affecting you.
It's going to affect me either way if he's not my friend.
Yeah, I know, but one is the short-term effect and one is long-term. Because he's going to continue to play games with you. He's going to continue to...
He can keep telling me lies.
He's going to continue to lie to you. And you're going to feel this effect and this trauma that you have felt your whole life over and over and over and over again.
Alright, to be honest with you, I rather him lie to me. I rather him not to be honest. Long as that means that he gets to be my friend. I don't care.
You understand that these are quick fixes. Like, you would rather just take him as your friend just so you can have someone in your life rather than...
He means a lot to me.
Rather than letting people out who no longer care about your suit. You continue to let in people who don't care about you because you would rather have someone in your life that doesn't care about you than for the time being no one at all.
Hey, I make friends on PlayStation and they always get deleted.
Elizabeth, friends on PlayStation are not friends in real life.
I don't want to make friends in real life.
Okay, like I said, you have every ability to create your...
Why should I open up and try to trust people? I mean, honestly. I used to be caring. I used to be loving. I used to trust people. I used to, enjoy doing things with people. But all they do is, and especially, do what Al was doing to me.
Not all of them.
No, yeah.
Well, you gotta understand, Elizabeth.
Yeah, they do.
The Elizabeth that you used to be is not the Elizabeth now. Elizabeth used to be not a great person.
And I'm still not great.
No, you're a lot.
No, I'm not.
So much better.
In your eyes, you see that, but not me.
Okay.
I'm not great.
Whose fault is that?
Probably mine. I don't know. Okay? I was fucked up. Okay? But with Al was still being my friend, yes. That made me happy. Did he lie to me? Maybe. I don't know what some of the stuff that he told me was true or not. And I get it. I respect that he's a secret guy. He doesn't want people in his life. He doesn't want people to know about him. I get that. And I can respect that. I just want him to trust me and believe in me like the same way I do with him. Even he lies to me, but I still believe in him. I still trust him. Do I trust Beat Pro? Do I trust anybody else that I'm friends with on PlayStation? No. And like I already told you, I don't trust you, I don't trust Aubrey, I don't trust Holly, I don't trust George, I don't trust my family, I don't trust no one else. The reason I trust Al is because I was friends with him for a long time. It took me a while to trust him. It took me a while. What are you doing? And I did this because I thought it would make me happy. It doesn't. Same with this. And to be honest, I really don't like ashes. Maybe that's the reason why I'm not happy about it. But I just don't like dealing with it.
I know you don't like dealing with it. But you can deal with it. Just choose not to.
I just don't understand how I can make Al to understand to be my friend without dealing with the thing that he wants me to do.
Don't know what to tell you.
And that's what I'm having a hard time dealing with. Oh yeah, who that is. So you're gonna try to get me 302?
I'm not gonna give you 3 or 2. Don't use those words unless you mean them. Because they have a lot of power behind them. And I'm gonna warn you that. Because I know that you don't mean that. That it was out of emotion, but one day you're gonna say that to the wrong person and you're gonna regret it. Unless you really actually need it, need the help. Because if Aubrey was here, your therapist, you were on the phone with your therapist, I guarantee you it'd be a man knocking on your door. Don't make light of that.
You have to write down what I said?
I'm gonna try to play some mental gymnastics around it.
How?
I'm just gonna, I don't know, let me try to figure it out. I don't know where yours is now.
Or can you just leave it out?
Yeah, I can leave it out.
You won't put it in there?
I mean, I will say that you got upset over your friend on PlayStation, but I'm not gonna say everything.
Even the part where I said I don't wanna be here no more?
Yeah, I'll leave that out. I mean, if I put that in there, I would have to call somebody, so, but I'm not going to, so I'm not gonna leave it.
believe so. He hasn't called me and told me different, so I think he's still coming. Are you mad at me?
I'm not mad at you, Elizabeth. I don't, believe it or not, although I do care about you, to be in this type of field you need to have some sort of wall. None of what you say, it might upset me when you say it, but it's not long lasting effects because I understand why you do things the way that you do. I want you to be upset with you because you have people who are here to help you and are here to make you better, but you don't want it. That doesn't upset me. I mean, in a way it does because, again, I want all of my folks to get better and to feel better about themselves. But, like I said, at the end of the day, you know, you said it best. I go home and you're here. And I'm here to help you not feel so alone and not feel so bad about yourself and have better self-esteem and feel better about yourself. But you have to want to do it. I can't do that. That's the frustrating part. Is that no matter how hard I try,
Yo,
no
what
matter
up, Blizzy?
how much advice I give you, you have to be the
Blizzy,
one to
what's
take
up?
it.
Can I?
And for that, I, as a mental health worker, need to understand that not everyone is at this, what they call, level of change.
Glizzy.
Different people change at different times.
I can't deal with this no more. I want to be on medication.
For what?
How I feel.
There is no, medication's not a fix.
No, to help me with my depression. I need help on it.
I understand that, but I really, really want to stress to you that depression medication only does so much. Only thing depression medication does is keep you from being suicidal, keep you from...
Yeah, because if I lose Al, that's what might happen. So I want to get on medication.
Okay, then you need to talk to Aubrey and your therapist.
Because if I lose Al, I don't know what's going to happen.
But I want you to understand is that the medication is not going to help you with your life.
No, it's not. I know that.
You need to make
But it
steps.
will have me stop feeling the way of feeling what I thought about a couple of years ago.
No, it's not.
Killing myself?
I mean, it will help you
With that, it will stop.
a little bit.
Yes, that's what I want.
Then talk to them. Next time you talk to them about it. And you need to explain this situation to them. Explain what happened today. Conversation we had. Because something that might help with the medication is it'll get you thinking in a way that might maybe get you to want to try something new and try something different. Because that's your biggest issue right now. You're trying the same old things that don't work.
But I understand what you're saying. And I respect you being honest with me. But I'm really scared of losing Al. And I just can't get that out of my head. I ain't gonna lie. I was fucked up. You seen it. When he deleted me, I snapped the fuck out.
Yeah.
You saw it. And I'm afraid it's gonna happen again if he deletes me again.
When's this ultimatum?
The first.
November 1st.
Yes.
Of course I won't be working. I will be off the first week of November. I'm going to be moving. So I'll be sure to have someone come out and, you know, spend some time with you.
able to do what he wants. I'm not gonna be able to.
He probably knows that.
And how I see it is where he's making me choose to be his friend or not.
He's making it.
Or it'll be
Again,
my fault.
Al doesn't want to do the dirty work for anything. He doesn't want to talk about his feelings. He doesn't want to express his feelings. Again, he wants to point the blame on you. So he's going to make something so obscure and so crazy that you aren't able to do. So at the end of the day, he can say, well, it's your fault that we're not friends. Meanwhile, he knows damn well that you're probably not going to be able to do it. He's setting you up for failure. And again, he doesn't want to have to be the person that says, I don't want to be your friend. Instead, he wants to make you feel bad even more and say, you're the reason why. Meanwhile, it's not you, it's him.
But I don't wanna blame him.
And that's your choice. You understand it's not helping you at all.
I get it.
It is making you feel worse. You're taking all the heat on this, which is contributing to a lot of that breakdown that just happened. You refuse to put him to blame on anything, which is really detrimental to your health.
Oh, I have a psychiatrist appointment
Okay?
on the 22nd.
Good.
I arranged Aubrey to be here, so I can use her laptop or whatever, so we can do Zoom.
Good.
Cause I can't do Zoom on my tablet. And I know you don't come until 2 o'clock, but they wanna do it at 10.
Okay.
So I asked Aubrey if she could do it so I can use her, thing. She said she has an appointment first, like little meetings that she does before she comes to see me. I forget what she calls them, but she has like a thing that she has to do, like a meeting. And then after that, then she'll be up here, you know, to do that, evaluation. No, what I meant by were you mad because what I said to you, not because of the breakdown. I'm asking, were you mad because what I said about you?
Because I know it's not true. I'm confident in myself and how I help you that your words that are just blank statements, just to spew your anger out, don't affect me because I know that they're not true. So no. And I want you to understand that sometimes, Elizabeth, a lot of the ways that you feel and a lot of the ways that your emotions are inside of your head, you tend to project and put them in statements on someone else saying, you know, for example, you said that I feel like this, and you say that I do this, and you say that I do that, and I say, no, Elizabeth, I never said that. And you'll say, well, in some ways you did. So you take my words and my overall meanings to things, you get your own idea of what they mean, and then you throw them out.
So what does that mean?
I really want you to understand that that whenever before you react, to not let your feelings get into a conversation like that, because a lot of that was just feeling. None of it was fact. Your own feelings of how you felt about yourself, you portrayed as if I told you, which I would never tell you half, like any of the things that you said that I have said. At all. I express my feelings about Al whenever you ask for my honest advice. However, I've said a million times, I'm here to help you and support you. If that means being friends with Al, so be it. But I'm here to teach you positive and negative relationships and what comes with that. But at the end of the day, I would never judge you for your decisions because you have to live those decisions and make them for yourself. I'm just here to teach you different ways of doing things. You know, and again, sometimes these arguments are going to happen, but you need to work to understand why they happen. Why you acted that way. Where all of those feelings came from. Because they didn't come from any of us. They didn't come from me. They didn't come from Aubrey. It came from you. Those are your own feelings. And know that they are feelings and they're not facts. So, if that means that, you know, again, coming up for an appointment saying, Emily, I'm in a really bad mood. I understand you want to work on this. Can we talk about this quick before we do that? Let's have a conversation about it. Because obviously going through this did not help any of that. I mean, it did in a way. It made you feel a little uncomfortable, which again, discomfort can feel good. But you know, you need to let me know what you're feeling before it explodes into something that doesn't even make sense. Like, I don't even understand how this turned into that. It just went so quick.
Because that didn't make me snap.
What made you snap?
What's going on between me and Al.
Okay, but...
And I talked to Aubrey before you got here. And that didn't help either.
Take those negative emotions, don't project it on other people. Project it on yourself. Be as hard on yourself in changing yourself as you are with us. All of that frustration should have been, Elizabeth, why am I feeling this way about myself? Why do I feel people are out to get me? Why do I feel like people don't care about me? Why do I feel this way? And work at it. Because you have everyone and their mother here to help you. No matter what. You know? Would any person let you berate them like that and still be here sitting with you? No. Again, no. Elizabeth, that's not just me doing my job. Because I could have left and been done for the day. I could be home sitting with my cat. For a lot of people who I know, who don't respect me, and I don't respect them, and they need that hard lesson saying, you know, they need someone to just walk out and quite frankly they don't care, I leave. Because at the end of the day, it's their decision to make a change. One of these days, Elizabeth, I mean, I'm here showing you that I'm here to care about you, and I know that was just an episode, but, you know, not everyone's going to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to think about, there are some times in your life where you have said something like that to people, and they walked away and never came back. And think about that. Maybe the reason why you're afraid of getting people in your life is because you're afraid something like that might happen. And then it's not their fault, it's your fault.
Everybody I let in my life, they just left. So there's no point trying to get people.
Not everyone you meet in your life are going to be the people who treated you wrong. If I said that, Elizabeth, everyone has chances in their life to just give up. Chances, like times in their life where it just made them feel like, well, what's the friggin' point? Do you want to die?
Not always. Sometimes I do.
Okay. So if you don't want to die, what's the alternative? Living. Would you rather live your life knowing that you at least tried and took some chances, or do you want to live your rest of your life just doing this?
Alright. To your answer, okay, I'm gonna answer it honestly, but don't hold it against me. Alright? There is days where I don't want to be here at all. But then there is days I do want to be here. But they're just thoughts. I'm not gonna react to it.
Yeah.
Okay, because last time when I was going to actually slit my throat, like I said, I was the one who stopped me because he texted me. If I didn't get that text, like I said, I'd have been dead. I'd have been gone. And nobody would care. No one.
That's not true.
My family don't care about me. They already told me how they feel about me. Still have my kids.
Well, here's the thing, Elizabeth, too. Your family has the vision of Elizabeth of how she used to be. I guarantee you nobody in your life has ever sat down with Elizabeth in this way.
They don't want
Ever.
to know me. They don't want to know me. They don't care about me. They don't care about my kids. All they see is a freaking paycheck. That's why my son's out there robbing people at gunpoint. But then I get blamed for it. Like it's my fault. I try to make peace with my son, Isaiah. I try to ask him if we can meet up. I gave him my house number, which he gave to Rita. Now Rita has my number. Okay, and then AJ. For me to see Achilles, I call him AJ because that's a nickname. But, so AJ, I agreed to see him and visit with him, but I told Rita that I will tolerate her. I'm not going to be buddy like sister with her and shit. But I will be nice, I'll respect her, I'll tolerate her ass. That's how I told her. Okay? I told her I'll tolerate her the best I can in front of AJ. Because Isaiah's grown. I don't need to be around Rita to do with Isaiah. But with AJ, I have to be around Rita. But I told her I will tolerate him, tolerate her around him when I'm around AJ. AJ said he would see me if Isaiah's willing to meet with me. But it had to be on Rita's terms. For which my son just sat there and said he would meet with me and want to be bothered with me. But she doesn't want it. She doesn't like me.
Do you like you?
No, I don't like myself.
So how do you expect others to like you?
Honestly, I don't care about if my family ever does like me. I got over that a long time ago.
If you want, and
I
here's
just-
the thing, Elizabeth, is it's like I have family members that I don't talk to, that I don't really have a want to get to know or really care about. But at the end of the day, I know that I'm fine without them, and I have other people that I can rely on in my life. Take a personal inventory of yourself and think, really, really think, and again, I don't know your life, and I understand your family has done a lot of bad things to you, and I get that. But sometimes the harm goes both ways. It's a double-edged sword. And I want you to sit down and think to yourself of all the reasons why you think that your family doesn't like you. And again, I'm not saying that you're to blame for everything. I'm really not stressing that. But sometimes there's something to be said.
No, you want to know why they don't like me?
Because they're your mother's favorite.
That part too, yes. But another reason they don't like me is because when I had my kids, I kept my kids away from my family.
Why?
Because of how they treated me. And I didn't want that for my kids. My family, my sisters, well, no, actually, I'm not going to say three. My two sisters and my brother, they're toxic people. You can't change how they are. They will never change. Because they enjoy that stuff, what they do. All they do is think about themselves. See, me, I'm the opposite from them. I don't care about myself. I care more about other people than I do myself. That's why I care about Al more than I care about myself. That's why I cared more about my kids than my family.
You never cared about Elizabeth.
No, I didn't.
Mrs. Common.
I haven't cared about myself since I was a teenager. And then, after that, then my kids came along.
Here's what happens whenever you don't care about yourself. When you don't care about yourself, every blow that comes your way hits 10 times harder when you don't feel good about yourself. Now, everyone in their life is going to encounter trauma. You know, there's people who families have been murdered, there's people who have been raped, there's people who have gone through so much trauma in their life and they have to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
And the number one thing that gets them through it is working on themselves and making themselves stronger again. Because no matter what, Elizabeth, you're going to encounter much worse things in your life in the next 15, 20 years. You're going to get older. Your health is going to get worse. Even if you do, you know, everyone's health gets bad. You're going to age. You're going to get older. You know, nothing is going to bring you satisfaction like the satisfaction you have for yourself. And nothing is going to feel great until you have satisfaction in yourself. Because even if things do happen at the end of the day that are great, you still think to yourself, I'm not worth it. I don't deserve this. You know, and those things that happen bad are going to hurt 10 times more. Your self-esteem and the way you feel about yourself is everything. And working on your depression and not feeling suicidal, that's 50% of it. Probably like 70% of it. Medication's the other 30. The only thing medication does is keep you from wanting to kill yourself. Medication doesn't make you better.
No, I know that.
It doesn't make you feel good about yourself.
That's why I want to be on medication, so I don't want them thoughts to come back in my head.
Okay, but what are you going to...
Because there is days where I do think about hurting myself, but I don't do it.
I understand, Elizabeth, but even then, medication's not going to fix it 100%.
No, but it can ease it a little.
It can ease it. But, you know, there are things that we can work on and that you can do to make it from never happening ever again.
Did we work on everything that we were supposed to work on today?
Absolutely not. You're supposed to work on nutrition.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's not about... Listen, like I said, doesn't matter to me. This is... And again, and I want you to understand how this kid, this child, is affecting you and your success. This child that you're dealing with.
Ow.
Yes.
Why are you calling him a child?
He's a child. He doesn't even deserve to be even called an adult. Because he's a child. How he's affecting you. And your ability to succeed.
He's on and he's not even interacting. Been like that all morning. Ain't that fucked up?
It is extremely messed up.
It's 9 o'clock this morning. And I've tried so eagerly not to invite him. Not to send him invite to the party. Not to invite him to the wrestling. Because I don't want to get him angry. But I really want to play with him. And he doesn't want to play with him. See, I got all these friends here. Wait, where is it? See, I got all these friends. And I really don't care about none of them. I got more. I got 41 friends. And I really don't care about them. They text me. I don't usually respond. They send me invites to the party. I don't join. They want me to play with them, but I don't want to play with them. So what I do, I ignore them. And then I'm feeling down because of Al, so I really don't want to be bothered with people. But people don't understand it. They don't understand I don't want to be bothered.
Why?
Because I want to feel down, because I'm feeling down about Al.
And you're choosing that. You're choosing to sit in your mess rather than maybe try to do something that makes you feel better.
But
You're choosing that.
But how can Al not want to be my friend anymore? How does that make me any happy?
Because you're choosing not to try to get any sort of happiness. You're choosing him as your only source of happiness.
Yes.
And if you can't have it, you're having nothing at all. And I want you to understand, when we're talking a little bit about your disability, that's a very childlike behavior. If I'm not going to have the red lollipop, I'm getting nothing. So you would rather sit and be miserable and scream and cry because you don't want to get what you want.
I want Al.
I understand that, but not everything in life you're going to be able to get. And not everything in life is good for you. So you need to pick between the other pieces of candy because you can't have that. You would rather sit and be miserable and have no candy than to pick something that isn't exactly what you wanted. Makes no sense. The only sense it does make is that you're choosing to be miserable. You have control of this situation.
I don't know how to get over it.
Elizabeth.
I tried to do the things that you told me. I tried to do the things that Holly
What
told
did
me.
you do?
I try to focus on other people. I try to play with other people. When Al blocked me, I really did try to reach out and play with other people. I met a few more friends, okay? I became friends with them.
Elizabeth, it's only been a few weeks. It's not gonna come overnight. It's gonna take a while. It's going to take a while. It doesn't happen overnight, and I understand you want that feeling for now because you need it. But it's not gonna happen overnight.
But I enjoy everything that I do with Al.
I understand.
I don't want Al to be a
You can
memory.
get that same enjoyment with other people, but you choose not to try to look to find it.
I don't want Al to be a memory. And that's a fact. And you like to throw a fact in my face.
What's a fact?
That I don't want Al as a memory. That's not a feeling, that's a fact.
Okay.
See, I thought I was going to get you to laugh because it was a joke. But no, but seriously, I'm being real about it. But I was making a joke out of it as well. I was using your words like how you use them on me.
Ha ha ha.
It's a fact and or a feeling. Well, actually, I should say it is a fact and a feeling. That probably would be more better to say. What time is it?
4:30 to 29.
What time are you leaving?
In a little bit.
And what time do you stop working? Because
5.
somebody asked me, but I don't know.
5.
5?
I can flex though sometimes, depends. So which means I can work later and have other days off.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, because I told her usually you come on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and usually when you leave, you always say that you're going home right afterwards, or you're going to the doctor's appointment. So I told her that I think I'm your last person that you see.
Usually.
Yeah, that's what I usually told her, because she was asking me, when do you actually stop working? I told her I didn't know.
It's usually 5.
5?
But I can flex, like, depending, like...
Well, I'm pretty sure you talked to her before I will talk to her. So,
yeah, I usually flex, but, like, Tuesdays and Thursdays are, like, usually 9 to 5. Sometimes Wednesdays I work till, like, 7 or 8. And then I'll go home.
yeah, that's late.
Mm.
So is that like overtime you're doing?
No, I have to flex, which means I don't work as late, like, on Friday or...
Oh, so you do more on Wednesday,
and less on another day.
less on Friday.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. So Friday, like say, I don't know, you'll get off like around 2.
Mhm.
Oh. Well, that seems good. But how do I get this feeling out of me? Like my chest constantly keeps hurting, and I keep getting this feeling in my head.
I told you, you need to focus on yourself, and you need to work on yourself, and how you feel about yourself. Because until you do that, it's gonna keep happening, no matter what. I mean, Elizabeth, there's been times where I've been the best that I've ever been. I've had family, I have friends, I have a boyfriend, and I still am unhappy. No matter what, you can have the best life you can have, and you can still be miserable. I mean, look at some of the people that have killed themselves. Robin Williams, that actor, have you heard of Robin Williams? Killed himself.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire killed himself from depression.
Hmm.
You can be happy with your life, and until you work on yourself and how you feel about yourself, doesn't matter. Nothing is gonna be good for you.
So a person who don't like to change, how does that gonna work?
You start working on change. You start being open to it, rather than immediately pushing away, trying it out and seeing how it works. With help of your supports. What I'm here to do is supposed to be with you during the change, so that you have someone to rely on during those times where you're uncomfortable or nervous. So that you have someone there to tell you, you're doing fine, this isn't so bad. To take those steps of change and have someone there to support you. Because I promise you, once you start getting used to change, it's not gonna be so bad.
So when I had that little episode, what did you thought?
Um, that you were defensive. Kind of like what I was talking about when I went to the gym with my boyfriend and he's critiquing me, and I say, leave me alone, I know what I'm doing. You know, stop telling me what to do. Came out of your mouth. I'm tired of people telling me what to do. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm teaching you what to do. Because there's obvious signs that you're having some problems in these areas. don't beat around the bush, Elizabeth. You have issues with change. You have problems asking for help. You have problems taking care of yourself. Everyone has problems, some better than others. I have my own problems. I'm just better at hiding. I'm dealing with them. And that's all we're trying to get you to do, is just to deal with them a little bit better. Don't take things so seriously whenever I talk to you about this stuff. Don't take them as if I'm insulting you, because I'm not. I'm doing it because I'm trying to help you. And sometimes you take people's help as an insult. But that's a feeling, not a fact. Because in reality, you're just mad that, or upset at the fact that someone has to help you. And that's a problem. Because you not expecting the help is not getting you any better. Stop pushing it out and away. Take our help, take our teaching, and say, okay, now I know what to do. This is what I need to do. And then work on it. You know?
So you gonna put in there what I said to you?
No. I'm just gonna say, I just said that you got upset. And then we talked about your friend.
Are you able to read it to me?
Sure. We just finished it.
And I did say some things in what I said to you.
I know.
I didn't want you to feel bad. I didn't want to make you upset. That's not
Then
what I
why'd
was
you
trying to
say it?
I'm angry about Al.
A lot of times, and this is why
I can't take my frustration out on him, so I took it on someone else.
exactly. You can't make him feel bad, so you take it on someone else and make them feel bad.
I wasn't trying to make you feel bad.
I know you weren't trying, but that's what you did. And that's what your brain thinks. Your brain is taking your anger that you feel for yourself and the anger you feel for him and is putting it on other people. Because it makes you feel better.
Actually, I don't feel better.
Well, you used to feel better that way.
I feel crappy still. And when you leave, I'll probably cry again.
What are we gonna do about it?
I just don't. I just can't explain how I feel. I don't know. All I know is I just don't want to lose him as a friend. I don't know why he means so much to me. I don't. But he does. I don't know. I'm very drawn to Al for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay, person to Elizabeth at her hello home. Elizabeth stated previous to the appointment, she doesn't have any COVID symptoms. Elizabeth and PRS have a set schedule to work on nutrition on Tuesdays and physical health and meditation on Thursdays. Elizabeth stated to PRS that she tried to get someone to drive to the grocery store. PRS asked Elizabeth if she still had food in the food box. Elizabeth said that she had to walk down to Sunoco to get food, stating that she got some chips, some drinks, and corn puffs. Were they corn puffs?
No, Rice Krispies. It's cereal, Rice Krispies.
Rice Krispies cereal.
And milk.
PRS brought opportunity of Elizabeth taking the bus to go to the grocery store. Elizabeth stated that she did not have any bus passes. Pierce and Elizabeth spent time discussing levels of change and how it is affecting her. After discussing levels of change and how to get to the point of change, Elizabeth began to get agitated, stating that she did not want to change and all she wanted is her friend on PlayStation. Pierce attempted to calm Elizabeth down and direct her to work on herself and better herself. Elizabeth stated to PRS that she did not want to continue the appointment and asked her to leave. After trying to discuss with Elizabeth why she was so upset, Elizabeth stated that her friend here gave her some sort of ultimatum to be her friend again. Elizabeth stated that it's something that she cannot do and that she has a few weeks to decide. After Elizabeth calmed down, Elizabeth apologized, saying that nothing she said was true. Pierce had a conversation with Elizabeth about how focusing on herself can make her feel better about losing a friend. Elizabeth said that she does not like herself and that she's not one to focus on herself. After discussing, Elizabeth agreed to work on meditation exercise on 10/15. Let me just piece a little bit of that more together. Yeah, it sounds very sporadic.
Thank you for keeping that part out.
You're welcome.
Aubrey and I don't need to know today.
Mm-mm. What'd you learn today, Elizabeth?
Try to focus on me and not on others. And try to work on yourself. And try not to focus on things that I can't control. No matter how much I want to.
At the end of the day, you can control the types of people you have in your life. You can control the amount of happiness. Whether you want to do them, that's a different story. Oftentimes, you bring your past experiences and your past trauma into your life and have it guide your future. If you continue to ride on the trauma train and have it direct you in every which way your life is going, it's going to be a failure. You need to stop focusing on the past and things that have happened and just move forward. You've said yourself, I want to focus on the future, I don't want to focus on the past. Stop comparing everyone else to your family. Stop comparing people out there in the real world to friends who have dissed you on PlayStation. Because not everyone's like that. Not everyone is mean and cruel. And now, if you show people the side that isn't rugged and isn't kind of jagged on the edges, maybe you'll attract some people that are going to be the same to you, nice and caring and loving. If you give someone an attitude, they're going to give it to you right back. If you give someone affection and love, they're going to give it right back. If these people, they don't know you, and they don't care to know you. All they are is friends to play with on PlayStation. They're not people that you need in your support. That's all they are, just friends to play with on PlayStation. They're not true supports to have in your life.
I agree on that, but But I did treat allergies for the thing on my real friend.
I understand that, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that was the way to do things.
So that's like you're smoking a cigarette, but it's not.
Pretty much.
So is that like something? I seen something on YouTube about this marijuana thing that they're making it legalized, but somebody was smoking something like what you're doing, but it had weed in it instead.
Yeah,
Is something like that?
It can have it, yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I was just wondering because I never seen that stuff before. So is that better than smoking cigarettes? Or
No.
it's worse?
Not any
So
better.
which one's worse? Cigarettes or that?
I mean, they're both pretty much doing the same thing, except you don't smell like cigarettes and it doesn't rot your teeth out.
Oh. Okay. So is that like what? That's like tobacco or something up in there? Or liquid?
Liquid, it's like liquid nicotine.
Oh, that's fine. How often do you do that?
Not often.
Well, I mean, how often are you supposed to do it?
I mean, it doesn't matter. You can smoke it all day, every day if you want. I usually do like while I'm working, and then once I'm home, I'm done.
Alright. So like after you eat, you don't smoke?
No. Why are people still shooting on fire?
At first I thought it was a gunshot.
Oh, you would know if it was gunshots.
I mean, we are in the ghetto most. Hey, whenever you leave my house, do you ever see a creepy white guy out there?
Mm-mm.
Cause, I heard people talking about, like when they be walking by, they talk about there's like a creepy white guy that stands out in the street somewhere down here. And he just stands there. I don't know, I just hear people talking when they go up and down the hill. Did you bring the pictures or no?
Sorry.
Do you still watch wrestling or no?
So what?
Do you still watch wrestling?
I don't watch any wrestling. That might have been George.
No.
George used to watch wrestling.
That might have been Aubrey.
Yeah, I don't watch any wrestling.
Ah, that might have been Aubrey then. Or maybe, oh, I can't remember. Somebody told me they watch wrestling. Or they used to. Let me see your hand sanitizer before I touch it. Cause I was crying, I don't
I
know.
don't know if I have anymore.
I don't wanna touch your stuff with me crying and stuff. anyway?
Bath and Body Works.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
You need me to sign the laptop or no? So they won't know anything about what I said?
No. Just watch when you say that stuff sometimes.
Well, you're the only person I told. So, I wish I don't say it anymore.
Oh, lucky me. Okay. I will see you on Thursday. Ugh. Sure, Aubrey will be calling you, and I'll let George know to let you know if he's coming tomorrow, okay?
Alright. If he does come, it'd be like around, what, 11?
I think so. We'll see.
Alright. Hey, will you be able to try to get the pictures for me?
I will do my best.
Or at least, if you can't get all of them, can you just do the Undertaker one?
Sure.
If you
I'll
can't
have
get the other one?
Remind George if you see him tomorrow as well.
Alright, thank you.
Alright, I'll see you.
Alright, bye Emily. And I'm sorry. Alright. Have a nice day.